Hi everyone, how you doing? So today I'm going to be brewing myself some Cooper's homebrew Mexican Cerveza. So I'm going to go through the step-by-step process of what I do to brew the beer. After you've seen the video, you like it, please do click on subscribe and feel free to leave any comments down below. I will ensure that I'll reply to all comments, whether it's regarding this particular video or anything else. Okay then guys, so to make the home brew you need certain bits of ingredients. So this is the malt, so this has actually got everything you need to make the home brew in reference to the malt. The only thing it doesn't have is sugar and water. So I'm going to be using this granulated sugar. You need about 1 kilo, and you're going to need loads of water. Now you can use tap water, but you have to purify it, so I'm using this natural mineral water. The other thing you need is the equipment. So this is my fermenting vessel and a paddle. I've made sure that everything has been sterilised, so it's all been sterilised. After you put it all in there, and you also need an airlock for the lid. So I've got one of those which has been sterilised. Right, so on the outside of the tin is a label. Now if you take the label off, it actually has the instructions in here. It's also got a brief instructions on the side. So basically what you've got to do is you've got to take the lid off. So I've undone this already, and then you literally just pour this contents into the fermentation vessel. So you literally just pour it in. You can actually use your stirring stick or spatula just to get it all out. Everything out of the tin is in here now. Now I've just got to mix in the water. Now the first thing I'll do is I'm going to boil the kettle with about 1 litre of water. Then I'm going to mix that water in first. So in the water I'm going to use, I'm going to make sure I'm going to boil this water in the kettle. So I'm not going to use tap water, I'm going to stick to this water. Right, the kettle's boiled, so now I'm just going to pour this in. So now it's in, I'm just going to stir it just to get all the malt a bit more liquefied, so when I put the rest of the cold water in it'll mix a lot easier. So now you can see the consistency now, it's a lot more loose, so it's now ready for the rest of the water. So this kit takes a total of 23 litres of water. I mean you could probably put 22 in or 24, it wouldn't make that much of a difference. I'm going to actually put 22 litres in because the liquid itself is probably about 1 litre out the tin, so I'm just going to put 22 litres in. To be honest, it doesn't really matter if you go over or under, as long as it's not by too much. So 22 litres is going to be 11 2-litre bottles. Okay, so now you can see it's in there, so it looks a bit like a large beer now. So the next thing we need to do is just stir it, give it a really good stir. You want it to be really oxygenated, so you need to stir it probably for about 5 minutes our time. You just need to really give it a good stir to get it all mixed up. Well, has anyone spotted my mistake? I've forgotten to put the sugar in. I should have done that first when I put in the malt. So I will have to use another litre of water. What I'm going to do, I'm going to dissolve the sugar in the water and then put it in. It's not a big deal, but a bit of a rookie error. So that's cool, no one's perfect. Okay, I'm glad I noticed my rookie error before it's too late, because if I had done that before and not realised before I'd put the yeast in, it would have been game over. So what I've done, I've put the whole lot of sugar in this jug, I've mixed it with boiling water, so now it will just go in and I just need to mix it. Right, so now I've got the sugar in, I'm going to give it a nice good stir. You know, good thing of home brewing, it doesn't matter if you make a few mistakes, it's actually quite easy to do, especially with these beginner kits. So the fact I haven't put the sugar in is no real big deal because I can save it. The same as if you put too much water in, it's no big deal. If you think of it like this, if you put too much water in, it just means you get more beer. It might be slightly weaker than you expected, but you just get more beer. So we're going to mix this for a few minutes now. Really need to get it nice and oxygenated and get all the sugar all mixed in. Alright, I'm happy with that. Okay guys, so the next thing you need to do is, before you put the yeast in, which is in this packet, you need to test what the original gravity of the beer is. The reason you do that is because you test what the gravity of the beer is now, and then you'll test it again later, and then you do a calculation to work out how many percent of alcohol is in the beer. So to do the gravity test, I actually use one of these, which is a thief. They call it a thief because you're stealing the beer, and then you need a hydrometer. Really, you don't really need the thief. I just do it because it's easier for me and it's less messy. Now all this equipment again has been sterilised. So how the thief works is that you just pop it in and it fills itself up, and you look, and it's stolen the beer. Now all you do is, you can see this little nozzle here, put that in there, click it against the side, and then it fills this up. The beer I'm going to test for the gravity. So to do the test, literally you take your hydrometer, put it in, give it a spin, and then just look on the side, see where the numbers are at. So it's 1.036. I'm going to write that down and I'll save this for later. So it's 1.036 is where it's at the moment. So now that's all done, the next job is to put in the yeast. This is another easy part. So the yeast comes in a little sachet. You normally get 7 grams or 10 grams depending on what kit you've got, and then you literally just sprinkle it along the top. Now what the yeast will do, it will eat all the sugar that you've put in there, and then what it will do, then that will produce alcohol as its byproduct. So that's how the alcohol is produced. So you don't need to do anything, you just put it on top, don't need to do anything but that. The next thing we do is put the lid on. Lid, and then the next thing is you need to put in this airlock. You see, it's got water in it, so it's filled with water. So the idea is that this goes in here and it stops anything getting into the vessel, so no contaminants can get in, but the gas that's produced from the fermentation can escape because it'll go up and it'll bubble around and through. If you didn't have that, the lid would probably pop off, so that wouldn't be good. So that's basically it. So the next thing you need to do, you just need to put it in a warm place. So you want to have it fermenting around about 20ish degrees. So air cupboard, or so if it's warm, it's anywhere in a room, in a dark warm place. But what I have in my pantry, I have a heat mat. You put it on the heat mat, and the heat mat makes sure it keeps warm. Now it takes around about a week to 2 weeks to ferment fully, so all you need to do is keep checking it, and if you check it, this should bubble every like 30 seconds. When it stops bubbling, that means it's fully fermented. So once it stops bubbling, then you can take it out and bottle it. So if you can see on the floor there's like a square, that's a heat mat, so that's plugged in, so that will just keep the temperature constant. So all I have to do is put it on the mat. So I'd literally just leave it in there now until it's all fermented, and then I'll take it out to bottle it. Right guys, I hope you enjoyed my video. I hope you learned something, and you learned to make sure you put sugar in first. If you did enjoy it, please do hit the subscribe button so my other videos can pop up on your feed. I will actually do another video in a week or two when I do the bottling, so you can see how I bottle it up. And then a few weeks after that, or a couple of months after that, I'll do the taste test, which I'll do online as well for you. If you have any comments or any questions, please put them in the comment section below.